So here we go again. Now this is police in San Francisco. Luckily, no one got killed in this incident. LaBouvier is a writer. She happened to see in San Francisco as 14 different officers eventually tried to subdue one homeless man with only one leg. He has a prosthetic leg and his crutches. And apparently he, at some point, was waving the crutches around. People became concerned and thought that they were sticks. So the cops were called in. Eventually there'll be 14 around him, but there's at least 4 on top of him, as you'll see on this video, to try to get this guy under control. Now, we don't know what happened before the video. He might have been out of control, and they might have had to take action. We understand that, and that does happen, of course, right? The question is, how much force should you use? Should you be a little bit more careful? Should you treat the people that you're dealing with, even if they greatly frustrate you, with some level of human dignity? I think that's the question at hand. So let's watch the video now.
Man.
Trying to bite me? What the fuck is this? You get him on his back?
What is this? What is this?
Yeah, we got a slight 148.
What is this? What is this, man?
Grab his guitar.
What the fuck is he doing this to me?
Stop. Stop. You gotta stop.
What are you doing? Oh my God. Wait, you're on his prosthetic leg? You're on his prosthetic leg. You're on his prosthetic leg. Stop. You have a man who's half naked, and you don't even have enough respect for this man to pull his pants up.
No, this is crazy, man. I don't like shit like this.
You don't even have enough respect for this human being to pull his pants up. That's ridiculous.
Okay, let's give the cops all the benefit of the doubt in this case. First of all, he was kicking with his legs. That's why they went and sat on his legs again. And I understand that somebody could be hard to control. But even in the scenario where he was out of control and the cops had to subdue him in all the ways that they did, well, it's very likely that he has a mental health issue, right? Do you really think this guy has bad intent with his prosthetic leg and his crutches? If he's acting up, and again, we don't know what happened before the video, it's possible he wasn't even acting up, right? Don't you think, like, let me try to handle this in a way where I don't treat this guy as the bad guy? Now, I don't want to take any risks with my safety or the safety of others around me, and that's why I have to subdue him. But I really, really agree with the woman who is on tape there saying, for Christ's sake, just pull his pants up. Look, it's got to be tough dealing with homeless people sometimes. I'm not insensitive to that, but you've got your black gloves on. You've got 18 people around you, or literally 14, right? Somebody, do the man a favor, pull his pants up. Don't have him lying on the ground like that. And somebody reported into you guys that he was waving sticks around. Did no one think when they came, oh, the sticks he was waving, oh, those were his crutches, right? And so maybe we should be a little bit more careful, sensitive to what's going on here, and treat him, again, with just, I'm asking for basic human decency. Now, luckily, they didn't tase him, they didn't shoot him, he's still alive today. But we got way too low a bar for the cops in this country when we look at something like that and go, oh, thank God they didn't kill him. So now let me go back to the writer who brought this to our attention. LaBouvier writes, it is often twisted and backwards in the video, referring to the prosthetic leg. An officer can be seen at the 5-second time mark stomping on the man's prosthetic leg. In further efforts to subdue a man already on the ground with 4 people on top of him, they stood on his leg, held it, and twisted it around even after they had cuffed him and pinned him to the piss-stained concrete. Again, just, we're asking for a little dignity and decency, man. It's not too much to ask for. And she goes on to say, these incidents are so quotidian, so mundane, that they do not merit a mention in even passing on the local news, which is to say, this is everyday harassment. Yes, it's racial profiling. Yes, it's racism. Yes, it's inequality. This is an American heritage. Now, I know that some of you will disagree with her, and they say if it was a white homeless man, they'd have kicked his ass all the same, right? And unfortunately, you might be right about that, right? Do black people get stopped, harassed, and then arrested at greater rates than white people? That is a fact. They most certainly do, right? Was it the case in this instant in San Francisco that that's why they did it? That's impossible to know, of course. But what is obvious is that for our cops, overreaction is almost always the right answer. Now, we're so used to it, you'll think, well, there's no other way of doing it, right? But that's actually not true. Back in April of this year, there happened to be Swedish cops on the New York subway. And they saw two guys fighting, and they felt, well, look, we're trained police officers. We have some obligation, even though obviously we're not on duty, we're on vacation in New York, to stop this fight. Now, that was not on video, but what got caught on video is what they did with two people involved in the fight once they were subdued. And you'll notice that apparently there is a different way that police can react. Look at their attitude in this case.
Can I talk to y'all?
Yeah, take it.
Please!
Yeah, just calm
I
down.
need to talk! I need to talk!
No worries, no worries.
I need to talk!
Okay?
I can't breathe! I want my fucking baby! I can't breathe!
Take it easy.
I can't breathe!
Hey, sir, calm down. Okay? Everything's gonna be okay. Take it easy.
Oh, I will! I will! Put my arm straight! Sorry, yes,
Relax. Take it easy. Just relax, okay?
Mike, I'm not riding the train with you no more. Train together.
Oh, come on, man, for real? Y'all taking video? Could y'all back up, please? I'm gonna evacuate the train. Back up.
So the Swedish cops held them until the New York cops came by and then shot everyone. No, that's not true. They did a good job here, and they apprehended the people that they needed to. Okay, but notice now, look, it's not like the guys weren't apprehended. They were apprehended. And do sometimes people say they can't breathe when they in fact can breathe? Yeah, that happens sometimes, right? And it's not like they were in any way loose with the guys that they had apprehended. They clearly had them in a position where the guy could not move, was detained, and wasn't going anywhere, right? So they were firm in that regard. But instead of making the situation worse, what did they do? They literally patted him on the back and said, it's going to be okay, just relax. We're going to figure this thing out. And what happened? The guy actually relaxed a little bit and stopped screaming, and the situation did not escalate, it de-escalated. Oh, wow, policing done right. Apparently it can be done. But here in America, we're used to a police state, so no. Anytime anybody says, oh, crutches, no, those are sticks. Put him down on the, urine-soaked ground, have his pants come off, crush his head, get on his prosthetic leg, do whatever you got to do. If he complains more, then start escalating further and further with tasers and all the way up the line. And that's if you're lucky and they didn't shoot you right away. Now, look, is that true of all cops in America? Of course not. Is it true of too many cops in America? You watch the news. Of course it is. Obviously, we're getting trained in a different way than other countries are training their cops. And it looks like their way's a little better. I know we're jingoistic here in America and we like to shout no matter what the facts are, we're number one! But apparently we're not number one in this. Actually, what we are number one is in incarcerating our own people. We incarcerate our own people at a substantially higher rate than China and Iran. That we are number one in. Right? Maybe we ought to rethink our priorities and treat our citizens as human beings and make sure that, yes, that their lives matter, and yes, that even their dignity matters. Yes, being a cop is not an easy job. Yes, sometimes people can be out of control. We don't want you to treat them with kids' gloves. At the same time, you don't need to put on those black gloves and hammer them every time. Please take a look at the situation and make judgment calls and try to treat everybody as decent human beings. I know. When I say that, the funny thing is the right wing in this country goes, way too much to ask for. No way. We shouldn't be decent with people and we shouldn't care about their dignity. And that's where we are as a country. And you're telling me something isn't wrong?